Hi, Ruth. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi. I love your hair. I love it. It's great.
We can.
Hey, Elizabeth.
Oops. It's still on, Patrick. So, as we settle in here, good morning on this, well, cloudy here in Minneapolis. And it looks like we have some hope of some warmer weather before the snow flies coming up in a few days. So, um, hi, Marcy. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Wilbur. Uh, I think today, as you get settled, why don't we take a couple moments to sit? Okay. So make your way to a comfortable seated posture. Could be in a chair, could be on the floor, whatever feels most supportive to you in the moment. We won't be here too long. So, can we place one hand on the chest? So it could be like the middle of your sternum or a little higher if you're, there's all these spaces we were exploring last week, just where you're drawn to. And then the other hand, the thumb is on the navel or, near. And then so most of your hand is on the area below the navel. Okay. And then I often have to just kind of remind myself to relax the hands a little bit more and the shoulders can rest. Eyes could be open or closed. And we'll just begin to um, welcome the body as it is and the breath. Let it come gradually into awareness. Perhaps you feel the sensation of breathing as it enters through the portals of the nose into the body and back out. And then, as we feel the possibility of the chest gently expanding on the inhale, and the lower hand using the muscles of the abdomen very gently, progressively, the abdomen is drawn towards the spine. Just a couple breaths like that. More of a suggestion than a command. And if the breath isn't ready yet to be um, directed, then just let it be in its own rhythm until you settle down. Okay. And then you could just rest your arms down for a moment. So let's do a little calm response, using chanting, vibration sound to lengthen our breath, but also I find sometimes if I'm a little groggy, it can help me kind of wake up a little bit. So let's try this. So please listen and repeat. We'll go from a shorter phrase to a little longer. Om. Together. Om. Listen. Om. Shanti. Together. Om. Shanti. Listen again. Om. Shanti. Shanti. Together. Om. Shanti. Shanti. One more time, listen. Om. shanti, shanti. Together. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let's take one hand to the chest, the other hand can rest over it. Perhaps you imagine there's like a ball in the center of the chest, and as you inhale, the ball expands. You let that expand out through your arms in a either outward or upward gesture, inhaling. As you exhale, the hands return to where they started. Okay? So in through the nose, ball expands, inhaling. And exhale, drawing in your abdomen gradually as you bring the hands back. And you're going to go like this now, a couple more times at your own comfortable pace. Very nice. You could feel your tail into the earth as you expand into space. Tail rooted like the tail of a kite into the ground. Okay. And as you do this, could you do it one or two more times and propose a slight pause after the inhalation? Mm-hmm. Beautiful. This will be your last one for now. Yes, good. And when that's completed for you, let's make our way to hands and knees. And we will build some movements here. So we'll come to all fours, let your spine just be long. You're gazing into the, it's almost like if you were looking, if the floor were a mirror, you'd see your face. So the back of the neck is long or neutral. Now when you feel the inhale, let it lift your sternum where your hands were. Let it lift it away from the navel. So the front of the body lengthens gently. Exhale, begin to bow your head and shift your hips towards your heels. Elbows bend so your shoulders can relax. Kneeling forward bend. And then again, inhale, feel the ball in the chest receive and expand and draw you to all fours, chest lifts, head tilts up a little. And same thing again, exhale, abdomen hollows in and you bow the heart, you bow the head, release the elbows and shoulders. And you know this, go like this a couple more times, just gently mobilizing all the beautiful joints of the spine and the ribs, even the jaw a little bit here. Mm-hmm. And just noticing what's new today, what's new in your body. Good. If you're just finishing, you could do one more like that. Take your time. Okay. And when that's completed, pause, either kneeling forward bend or just sitting for a moment. All right, very nice. And let's just take a regular person transition to standing. Please come to standing in your own comfortable timing. When you do come to standing, you can feel the soles of your feet on the floor. Okay, and Let's try this first. So we let the arms dangle, the tail, the bottom of your spine, just become aware of it into the ground, the heels. And when you feel the inhale again, now raise your arms from the front, so reaching sort of towards the front, and they rise. And then exhale, come down. We'll just do this a couple times. So it's same movement, more or less, but a little different in standing. Feeling your whole stature from heels into the ground, crown into the sky. Mm-hmm. Okay, so like that. Now, pause a moment. We're going to do something different. So here's the idea. We're going to inhale and move the arms a little slower. They come to about halfway at about shoulder height. Okay, stay there, exhaling. Slightly relax your shoulders and elbows. Now, the next inhale, let the arms complete that upward gesture. Maybe a little pause after inhale. Exhale, they come all the way down. So we 2 breaths to extend the arms fully. So first inhale, move a little slower than you might. Go through that first half space to arms, hands above shoulder height. Stay, practice exhale technique, drawing your abdomen towards your back. When you feel the inhale, let the arms react to that and support that. They lift, they pause a little when the inhale completes. And again, exhale, hollowing, the front is drawn towards the back. Can you do that one more time at your own pace? Go ahead. Excellent. Good. Okay. Yes, and if you yawn, let that happen. That's a good thing. All right, so now we'll do a little forward bending. We'll come back to those arms in a moment. So now let the inhale gradually lift your arms all the way to a comfortable open gesture. Exhale, spine is long and bending forward into a comfortable forward bend. If you need to, place your hands on a chair so you don't go so deep, that's fine. Now inhale, reverse that, lift your arms, lift the chest, rise. And for now, exhale the arms down. Abdomen is drawn towards the back. Okay, so like that again. Go ahead in your own timing. Arms are lifted on inhale. Exhale. Yeah. Relax the eyes and the head and the heart at the bottom. Inhale. Now, if you become aware of the fingertips, they reach and they're supple and they rise and they lead the whole body into length. Yes. Exhale. Come down. So you know that now. Take your time. Go one more time like that in your own timing. Okay, excellent. And then we'll go one more time and stay one breath in the forward bend. Okay, one more time like that, staying one breath cycle in the forward bend. Okay, yes, your timing. When that formal movement's completed, just pause a moment and notice whether you're drawn to, move and adjust a little, or if your body becomes stiller. Just feel the reverberation, just for a moment, a couple moments of feeling the reverberation of sensation from those particular movements. Something really calming about, or can be, about bending forward when it's the right kind of forward bend for us. So notice the effect. Now um, let's move on. So we're going to, if you're using a mat, you could be towards the back of your mat, and you start with your feet, comfortably apart, and you're going to turn out now your right foot 30 to 45 degrees. Step your left foot forward in a comfortably large stance, medium to large. Okay, now we're going to do those arms we did in standing. So as you inhale, you're going to, a little slower than usual, lift your arms as you bend your front knee. Stay there, exhale. Yep, good. Now, next inhale, the knee may bend a little more, the arms lift, the chest expands, you pause a little after the inhale, and then exhale. As the arms come down, the knee lengthens. Perfect. And I'll talk you through again. So inhaling, your knee is bent, front knee is bending, your arms gradually come to rest on the horizon. Stay there, exhale, something in your back draws your front towards it. Inhale, again, chest expands, arms lift, savor, pause, knee is bent fully. Exhale, as you lower the arms, the knee unbends. You go like that, that's it. One more time like that. Awesome, good. Okay, when that completes, you can step your front foot to your back, come into a simple standing orientation for a moment. All right, so let's try the other side. So turn out in your left hip, so your knee and your toes are pointing to, not all the way to the sides, way too far, just 30, 40 degrees open. Right foot forward. Feel both feet, connect to the breath. Sometimes I wait for an exhale to complete. And then when you're ready again, inhale, arms slowly, take a few seconds to float to the horizon. Stay, exhale, abdomen draws in. Inhale, the arms lift farther from the internal expansion of the chest. Knee completes its bend. Feel both feet, the back heel. Exhale, abdomen draws in as the arms rest into gravity. Beautiful. Go like that again. I'll talk or you can go at your own pace. Not too fast in the first breath. Feel the solidity of exhale. Yes. Feel the lightness of inhale. My tail is in the earth. My heels are in the earth. I'm expanding in space. Exhale. I feel support in the center of my body towards the back. And go one more time now. Be quiet. Follow your breath. Beautiful. Okay, now when that completes itself, step the front foot to the back, pause. Just notice for a moment the effects of warrior, or the posture of energy and courage, we could say. How that's similar or different to bending forward. Okay, so can we try this now? We'll do a couple forward bends like we did before, just to relieve the back should it need it. So when you're ready again, you can start the same way. Let the inhale lift the arms from the front. Nice. Exhale, draw on the abdomen as you bend forward. Keep the arms lifted as long as you can until the end. Then release the hands, the shoulders, the head, and the heart. So there's a moment of release. Yes. And then inhale, lengthen and lift the arms. Spine lengthens, rise. Exhale, arms down. Yeah, perfect. We'll go again like that at your own pace as you're ready. Super. So strong. Everybody's getting so elegant and strong and supple. Can we try, we'll add one layer to this if you'd like. So just in standing now, let's just do a call and response one time. Just, excuse me. So we're going to do the shanti, which means peace, right? It's the Sanskrit word for peace. So listen and then repeat. Shanti. Together. Shanti. Now, we'll do it one more time. And when we do the he at the end, he, you know this area where I'm always having you place your hand on your abdomen, that area of the body goes he, it goes in like you're laughing, right? Something like that. So it gives you a little oomph. So listen, and then we'll do it one more time. Shanti. Together. Shanti. Okay, now let's do that chant, if you want, when you're bending forward on all the exhales. Okay, so I'll get you going. So let the arms lift as you inhale. Now chant like that as you exhale and bend forward. Shanti. Good. Inhale, lift the arms and come back up. As you lower your arms, chant that way. Shanti. You get the idea now. So do that again in your own timing. Go ahead when you're ready. Shanti. Shanti. Good. And one more time through. Let it fly. Let the ah open strong. Shanti. Awesome. Beautiful. When you finish, if you'd like, bring your hands together. You feel the kind of the mound of your thumbs resting in the valley of your sternum, slightly bow your head. And feel the conjunction of the eyes softening towards the fingers, the hands united, our actions connected to our deepest heart knowing. Then you could float your hands away from your chest a little bit, interlace your fingers. Okay, and now the heels of the hands are going to slide back and forth like this. Ancient Chinese secret. Sorry to reference a commercial for some of us, right? So can you feel that if you rub the hands back and forth like this, you create a little bit of heat? Okay, and then as you inhale, invert and bring your palms forward. And then exhale, come back here. And then inhale a little higher, kind of a high front diagonal. Exhale, come back. And one more time now, interlace and facing upwards, comfortable. Exhale, hands back to the heart. Good. Rejoin the palms and the fingers into length. So let's now let that go. Please return to hands and knees. Continue our adventure. So in a moment, in a while, we'll look at cobra posture. So if the cobra, Bhujangasana is called that because it's a movement of the spine. So the spine can be seen as like a serpentine like a snake or a serpent. I know it has some negative connotations for some people, but one of my teachers says a snake represents the movement of water on land. The serpent represents the movement of water on land. So even in all fours now, you can have some awareness of the globe of your head and the flow from your head into your neck and your upper and middle and lower back, where the spine connects to your pelvis and the tail. Okay, so now as you inhale, can you stretch one leg behind you as if in its extension of your spine? Extend one leg and let it lift, but not extremely. Slightly lift your chest. Then exhale, bend the knee back down and fold into kneeling forward bend like we did in the beginning of class. That's it. The next time you come forward, slide the other foot away, leg like an extension of your spine, back and slightly up. You're on all fours, lift the leg. And exhale, bring your knee down and bow your heart and your head. If you need a breath in between these, take that. And alternate like that a couple more times. A sense that your leg comes out of your breath and is an extension of the spine. Yeah. If you're just finishing, you could do one more. Okay. Excellent. Now, from the kneeling forward bend, when you finish that, we'll move into downward dog. But we're going to start in the kneeling forward bend. And again, you could imagine a ball in the center of your chest. Some people like to imagine a ball of light. And as you inhale, this ball expands and you come up to all fours and you lift the sternum away from the navel. Tuck the toes under and exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Just touch on it at first, feel what that is. And then as the inhale happens again, lower the knees back down, lift the chest, tilt the head up a little. And exhale, come back to kneeling forward bend. So this short vinyasa. And we'll go again as you're ready. Inhale carries you to all fours. Exhale, heels reach into the earth. If you'd like now, stay a breath. Feel the incoming breath, the ball expands. Exhale, abdomen hollows in, hollows in, hollows in. Then inhale, lower the knees back down. Lift the chest from the inside, from the inhale. Exhale draws you back into kneeling forward bend, okay? So you know this sequence now. Go one more time and stay up 1 or 2 breaths. Go ahead at your own pace. Staying 1 or 2 breaths in downward facing dog. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Each person will find their own phrasing and timing. When you finish that, could you sit again for a moment? It'll just be a short amount of time. We'll sit for a moment and feel like, what does it feel like? So the chest has been somewhat compressed and your head's been upside down. So just let yourself sit for just a moment comfortably and feel the rebound or the response of your body. Okay. And 3 times now we'll chant Om Shantihi. Okay, so when you hear me, join me. Om Shantihi. Om Shantihi. Om Shantihi. Now, a reminder before you lie down. I think everyone knows this, where we connect the thumbs to the index fingers for inhale, exhale, and then middle, ring, and little, and back to index. We're going to do that lying down. Okay, so take a moment and lie on your back. What's comfortable for you? It may be knees are bent, feet on the floor, or maybe lengthening the legs down with the feet hip width apart or a little wider. Arms can drape on the floor at a low angle, so there's 6 to 12 inches away from your hands, between your hands and your pelvis. Palms can be oriented towards the sky. Let yourself have a moment of settling. The head rests, the undulation of the spine flows from the crown, the cranium, the skull down and tapers into the tail, and the tail becomes two legs, and you rest. Okay, breathing through the nose. You can choose to use Ujjayi technique or not. Please do do a few repetitions of the finger contact nyasa, right? So start with the ends of the thumbs touching the ends of the index fingers. You'll stay there for the incoming breath and the outgoing breath. After that completes, you move to the next finger. So continue like this for a time. I'm going to chant a little bit as you do this. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Complete the finger you're on and one more breath like that. And have a moment when that completes, where the fingers let go of their activity. There's an opening to the peace that exists beyond all conflict, the power of peace. We now take a gradual transition to bend the knees so the soles of the feet are planted on the floor. let's say about hip width apart, and the feet may be a little closer or a little farther away, and you'll see what you feel in your back and hips. Okay, so let's start with the hands. Now we'll bring the arms alongside of the body, and the palms now arms can rotate so the palms face the floor. And now just starting with arm movement to support eventually the whole body, we're going to inhale and lift the arms through the air until they go overhead on the floor where the elbows can touch and the hands. Exhale, draw in the abdomen, and a moment after, the arms retrace their path coming back down. Focus on now the chest, the ball in the chest. Receives the inhale, gently expands, lengthens down to the tail as the arms go up. And the exhale, the arms come back down. And like this, one more time. Okay. When you finish the one you're on, leave the arms down. They don't have to be super tight or close, but just check that your feet are under your knees comfortably or somewhat close to your sitting bones. So the feet are not too far away from your pelvis. Feel the feet now, the heels and the base of the little toes, the pad of the little toes, base of the big toes, like a tripod of each foot. Now you're going to deepen this support into the ground, like a kind of pressing or pushing. Inhale, the chest expands and you lift your pelvis a comfortable distance away from the ground. And then exhale, as you draw in your abdomen to your spine, you lower the pelvis back down. Okay, so like that again. Doesn't have to be super far. Inhale, chest expansion and lightness in the pelvis. The tail lifts up towards the sky. Exhale, abdomen draws in as you lower. Like this again in your own pace. Okay. Beautiful. Now, if you're not sure of the distance between your feet, which is best for you, you could try your feet a little wider, a little closer. So now let's do this 3 more times and add the arms. Okay, so as you inhale, lift your arms through the air and the pelvis rises. Pause a little at the top of inhale. And then exhale, abdomen begins to draw in as you lower the hands and the hips. If the breath feels like it's racing or chasing, rest a breath between the repetitions. Go ahead like this again. Arms and pelvis and spine orchestrated together by the conductor of the breath. After you complete the one you're on, go one more time and consider staying a breath in the asana. Beautiful. Now, when that finishes, rest a moment. Legs can remain that way, or knees could knock together, or lengthen the legs down. Have a moment of kind of receptivity, kind of doing nothing, and let the effects radiate, reverberate through your body, through your system. Okay? Just a moment of stillness can be so informative. Let's Now transition to bring the knees to the chest and the hands over the knees. We'll do 2 or 3 repetitions of Apanasana. It's not uncommon that the back in that previous posture might shorten a little bit. So if that were the case, just exhale, knees towards the chest. Inhale, knees away. So we're exploring, people may put this in different ways, but we're exploring the balance between my personal initiation and will, and then a force that could be considered greater than us, possibly. So the breath connects us to prana. So I don't have to work too hard at it. What would happen if I really surrendered to the ease of the breath? More breath than brawn. Okay. Good. And then now on the inhale, float your feet to the sky and your arms overhead on the floor. Good. And exhale, hands, knees bend, hands back to the knees, sink the knees and the thighs to the chest. And repeat that a couple more times. Inhale, unfurl your spine and your limbs from back of the head to the tail. Exhale, bend and fold. Nice. Okay. When you complete this or the next one, we pause a moment. Then you can settle your feet on the floor and take a transition. Now we're going to come and lie in the front of the body. The legs can be close, maybe together, but that pinches people's back. So you can have, if you're going to come and lie in the front of your body, your legs can be, a little space between your legs and your feet, not spread wide, but some space. And then place your hand and your forehead on your hands so the elbows are bent to the side so that your head and your neck can rest in the center for a moment. Mm-hmm. And then we'll explore a little bit here. When you're ready, you can slide your hands so the palms are on the floor under your shoulders, or even slide them a little more down so the hands are next to the ribs. Okay, forehead's on the ground. When you connect to this feeling of the interior of the chest, the ball of light in the chest, and as you feel the inhale come in, without pushing, you're going to lift the heart, the chest, neck, and head, little baby cobra. Exhale, draw in the abdomen, return, bow the sternum and the forehead back to the ground. And repeat that a couple times. Inhale carries you up. Draw the shoulder blades a little bit back to the spine. Don't stretch your chin too far forward. It will collapse your neck. Keep the back of the neck relatively long, and that will build strength in your back. Exhale down. After this one, you could repeat that one more time. Okay, rest a moment. Now, you could repeat that, or the next option would be like this. So let me explain it, then you can try it. You'll do the same thing you just did, only adding a bending of one knee, okay? As you inhale and you lift your chest, neck, and head, you're gonna bend one knee so the sole of the foot comes towards the head. And then exhale, lower the foot and the forehead. And you're going to alternate like that. So the knee can stay on the ground. It may tilt your pelvis a little bit. Aim to keep the pelvis as level as possible. Good. Okay, and then after this one, rest, a breath or two. And then the possibility now of doing it a couple times with both knees bending at the same time. Mm-hmm. Whee, good. Okay, when you finish now, next time you come down, let the feet settle, let the forehead, return your hands to hand, forehead, rest a moment. You could rock your heel side to side or your pelvis a little bit just to release the musculature. Yeah. And then you could just settle for a moment here. Feel the energy flowing in the back of the body, the strength that's growing in the back of your spine, your legs, the flow of nourishing energy. Okay, good. So when you're ready now, let's separate the hands again, bring them under your shoulders, and help push yourself to all fours. And we'll do 3 or 4 alternations. Now, from all fours, you're going to inhale, lift the chest gently. Exhale, bow, kneeling forward bend. Bow the head, hips to heels, like we did in the beginning, okay? So inhale, extend the front of the body. Exhale, sink the hips to the heels comfortably. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, um, let's move into down. So inhale the same. Exhale, go into downward dog. Option to stay a breath. I just want to lengthen the back of the legs for you because the bending of the knees is pretty strong. Stay a breath if you want. Good. Reverse the sequence, come back down through the breath timing. How's that? Pretty good. And then let's, no rush, but go through that one more time. Inhale, hands and knees, exhale, downward dog, stay a breath, etc. in your own timing. Breath is growing now to a peak of length, easeful length, smooth quality. Very good. When you complete this time through, let that settle, let that be, and we'll come and sit for some breathing. So take your time and transition to where you feel stable, comfortable. And we'll do a progression of pranayama breathing. Okay. Remember that in any kind of breathing, if your body or mind rebels or becomes uncomfortable, it's just indication we need to do something else or go more gradually. So keep that in mind. So we'll sit, and as you settle, you could close your eyes, or if you prefer to keep your eyes open, you can let your eyes settle maybe 3 or 4 feet in front of you so your eyes are not darting around. Okay, so whatever allows you to let the eyes become quieter, either closing or focusing on one place with the eyes open. And after our journey so far, we can revisit the what is the sensation of the breath coming in through the portals of the nostrils into the body and back out, this very subtle internal movement of breathing. Follow that in and out a couple of cycles. Okay, now put your hand on your upper sternum, your fingers here. So this, it's actually 3 bones here, right? So this upper manubrium, let that bone lift a little bit. So you're increasing the space from this bone is lifting away from your navel a little bit. Can you feel that? And now you take your head and you slightly bow your head just a little bit. So the back skull bone floats up. This sternum bone goes up and the skull goes up and back. Okay, so there's a slight lift in the back of the head. Close your eyes again. If you'd like to join the index fingers and the thumbs and just leave them there, you can. So now we begin Ujjayi breathing. This is the whispered, right? And you can do that now with the mouth closed, gentle but tangible, inhaling, exhaling. So as you inhale, this imaginary ball expands in the chest. Pause a little. And then as you exhale, gradually drawing in the area below the navel and the navel itself. Just, it's not completely passive, but not too much effort. So go like that. Inhale, chest expands, head slightly bows. Exhale, drawing in, relaxing. Slight pause after the inhalation, comfortable. Okay, now after this next exhalation, let go of the formal breathing for a moment. Rest. And we'll do one more stage in this. So listen first. We're going to take the inhale and put it into 2 segments. Okay, so listen. So I'll inhale partially, gradually, like maybe 3 seconds, inhaling. Then I pause for a couple of seconds. Then I continue to inhale. Pause again, exhale. Okay, so it's like a 2-step or 2-stage inhalation. I'll describe it again, be gentle. So I inhale for maybe 3 seconds, partially. Pause for a couple of seconds. Then inhale for 2 or 3 more seconds. Pause for a couple. Exhale, abdomen draws in. One long exhale. So go like that. Inhale partially, pause a bit, complete the inhalation, pause, long exhale. One more breath like this. And after that completes, let go of that pattern and just let the breath be free, like a bird flying freely, and just be with that for a couple moments. Rest in the free, spontaneous movement of breathing. And then listen and repeat. Om Shanti. Together. Om Shanti. Now we together chant this freely for a few repetitions. Om Shanti. Freely at your own pace. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. One more time. Om Shanti. And now in your mind, silently, two more times as you exhale, silently chanting that. May we have the strength to live in a peaceful way. When you're ready, if you'd like, you could join your palms. And now you could slowly open your eyes in some form of bending forward since we've been sitting a while. You could be in cross-legged, you could bend forward a comfortable amount as you exhale. Or if you prefer to do it in hands and knees like we've done, that's another option. So I would say 3 or 4 times, exhale. Release the back. You might stay a breath. And then float back to vertical and inhale and do that, a couple more times freely. If you, and so you can continue this or let that be when it feels like a good amount. I would be interested to know what that breathing was like. If you want to share at some point in writing or not, that's fine. Just a reminder, we start the Saturday class this Saturday, 11 a.m., giving you a little time for your Saturday morning, should you care to join us. And then next Tuesday, we start chanting, and following Friday, we have yoga nidra, deep relaxation. So you know you can contact me with any questions. Thank you, everybody. Say hello if you want, or I wish you a great day.
So Kevin, this is Marjorie.
Oh, hi, Mark.